Hi, greetings. It's me, Dr. Paul Gerhardt, and today I want to talk about one of the newest and greatest leadership theories out there. It's the authentic leadership theory. And what I really love about this theory is that it just makes so much sense on a practical level. Most of us have been in the workforce for many years, and some of us longer than others. But the one thing that we all have to experience is different people's leadership styles. And the people who really seem to rise to the top of any organization and maintain leadership positions are the ones who are truly authentic. So let's really take a look at what authentic leadership is and why people are excited about this newest, latest, and greatest leadership theory. Now, the word authentic really is just another word for being genuine. And in order to be a genuine leader, you really have to have followers who respect you and are willing to do what's needed, especially in meeting your expectations as a leader. And the ones that seem to get followers that stick with them and are loyal are the ones who really understand that their leader recognizes that their goals are to support their people, because when their people feel supported, people have higher levels of trust. And people who are authentic show that they're trustworthy. So when things get tough, you always know what the leader is going to do because they're really authentic and they're consistent in their actions. So that's the good news, is anybody can be an authentic leader, but that really means that you need to be genuine and authentic. You have to lead from your heart. Lead doing the right thing for the right reasons and being very clear and consistent with how you are. And that really starts with taking a look at yourself as a leader and knowing who you are. What is your story? What are you passionate about? What is your belief about being an effective leader, and can you be consistent in that? You can't have a leader without followers. And in order to gain a following, you really have to engage with other people. And leadership really is a reciprocal process. Leaders benefit from having followers, and having followers do the work, and followers have the benefit of having the guidance and direction and support that's needed. That's authentic leadership. Being very clear on what you have to offer. Great leaders really are the byproduct of nurturing and development. Very often something happens in a person's life that changes that person. And so sometimes having enough, bumping heads with people in their life makes them really take a look at doing the right thing and what that right thing really is. So there's some psychological qualities and ethical things that come into consideration when people become authentic leaders. This leadership style came from Bill George, who really took a look at what great leaders do, in the early 2000s, 2003, and then revised in 2007. It really boiled it down to four main leadership components. 1, self-awareness. 2, internalized moral perspective. 3, balanced processing. And 4, relational transparency. So, self-awareness, internalized moral perspective, balanced processing, and relational transparency. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Bill George, the author of Authentic Leadership, recognized that leadership really is a characteristic. And great leaders have to have a genuine desire to serve others. 5 characteristics of authentic leaders really are about really understanding purpose. Having strong values, building trusting relationships, and having the self-discipline to do what needs to be done, and then acting from the heart, in his or her mission. So understanding purpose, strong values, trusting relationship, self-discipline, and acting from the heart are the 5 characteristics of authentic leaders. And so that really requires compassion and passion, and then actions on those values, and connectedness with the people that you're serving as a leader. And then having consistency, and so passion, compassion, behavior, conscientiousness, and connectedness, and consistency. Those are all characteristics that help authentic leaders accomplish their goals. Kind of a very simple model, but it really requires people to be self-aware. As an authentic leader, they have to be true to their own feelings, but that also means they need to be aware of the feelings of other people. And so in order to be authentic, you need to be acting the right way, according to one's own values, identity, emotions, and motives. They have to have an internalized moral perspective, really trying to be very clear on what they will do. That's called a standard. And make sure that their behaviors are consistent with that standard. They need to be balanced and have the ability to make sure that they're exploring the ideas and opinions of other people and being able to act in an appropriate way. Being open and honest in presenting one's true self to others is really important too, and that's the relational transparency. It's about being honest with other people. You can't be all things to all people, but you do need to be true to yourself and be very clear about who you are and what you're willing to do. And so that really requires some positive psychological capacities, including confidence, hope, optimism, and then resilience. It's not what happens to us, it's what we choose to do with what happens to us that matters. So really having positive psychological capacities like confidence, hope, optimism, and resilience truly will serve you well as a leader. Having moral reasoning capacities, really recognizing what's right and what's wrong, and then promoting justice for the greater good of the organization or community is so important. So being moral truly is the right thing to do in any situation. And being moral means understanding what the expectations are of your stakeholders and doing it. So this leadership theory really is not all that sophisticated, but it really means taking a look at what effective leaders do. And being authentic means being true to yourself, being trustworthy, filling voids in an uncertain world, really taking a look at what great leaders do as far as traits are concerned, and then being very authentic in the way that you carry out that approach. So anybody can become an authentic leader. It's about being able to do the right thing, being honest with yourself and to others, and make sure that your actions serve the common good. That's what a leader does. They need to make sure that people are doing the right things for the right reasons, and that they're making goals that are in alignment with their own personal self and their stakeholders. Pretty simple formula. You can be an authentic leader. It takes really understanding what great leaders do, being aware of who you are, putting yourself in alignment with your values, and then doing it consistently in a genuine way. You can't be fake. We all have BS meters inside of us. That stands for bologna sandwich. So being authentic means you've got to be real, you've got to be genuine. You're the only one that can make the changes in your character, and it's going to be your character and consistency in your acting in your character that are going to help you meet your goals and help you be able to meet the goals of the people that you support. That's authentic leadership. I appreciate your time in watching this video, and I I hope you have a great day, because only you get to choose how you feel about it. I'm Dr. Paul Gerhardt.